What we see, corona is dividing itself to different sections. 0 or pre-birth to about 7 to 10. We see about 9 to 14, 15. We see teenagers to adults. We see adults to around age of 50, 55, and the rest. They all, most of them, can get common denominator 1. But each one we see now separate effects according to theirs. And we understand most of it, how it happens. In the age of 7 to up to age of 7 pre-birth, they get a corona, 37-degree temperature to 42 coma deaths. We see a lot of this at the moment. The new protocol procedure for this has been issued. In this age bracket, because the body is going through a transition from the process of puberty, we see the body as it's going through the change, it adapts very quickly to corona. This showed us that corona has emotional side effects into the dimension of physicality and gets confused. We don't see that much death in this bracket. We see heart attacks and stroke and brain hemorrhage in this group. We see heart attacks and pre-cancer condition in this group. And this group is vulnerable to death very rapidly, over age of 65. The pattern of corona is very clear for us sitting in the background and looking at hundreds of thousands of people reporting. You got to realize where I sit and connected to many chat rooms which are handling corona, we see symptoms coming up. You are part of one group. I see 20 odd groups. We see which nation is catching up. We see which nation is falling behind. We see new patterns coming up. And these children up to 7 to 10, they sometimes show the sign and they become immune to it. And sometimes they fast, die very quickly. At the moment we see in this group, from home to hospital, they die. So the emergency unit is going to be equipped at the point of arrival that transportation does not take place.
So, Mr. Keshe, the teenagers, so at the moment they're most immune to this corona.
They are not immune. They are not immune. You're using wrong terminology. They are going through a process of transition of growth and active cells. And that active cell chews up the energy of the corona. The same active cell, after around 20, 25, 30, gives you a heart attack and death. In the process of teenagers, what we call puberty section, as the body is behaving totally different energy-wise, corona gets mixed up. At the same time, doesn't show any symptoms. At the moment, today, we do not see any symptoms. Most of the coronas, the ones who talk about the lung and the rest, is now something between 5 to 10% of the population. The other 90-95% show no symptoms whatsoever. No fever, nothing. One of my biggest concern is that this age group will never produce children. And we see the same here. I didn't want to explain this, but now we see it in 6, 7 countries. Has to be known. We see men with no active sperm.
Mr. Keshe, there was a news report from Canada today that the majority of the coronavirus, the new infections are in the under 40 years of age group, which is completely reversed as to what it was before, where it was mostly over the age of 80 or 85 was the majority.
I'm going to repeat, clearly understood. We see infertility with the sperms with no life, which means those who are affected will never reproduce. This is the crime Gates has done. Now you understand. We request from all the governments to do a sperm test and egg test on all those who have been affected between 3 to 6 months after infection. This is a birth control. And we have seen it in 6 nations for past 6 weeks. Loss of libido, and at the same time, 0 sperm count. We have never seen this before. Those who are affected, first was reported in Iran, first was reported from China. We kept a look on it. We kept it very close. And now we can report it. No interest in reproduction. And men and women with 0 live egg and sperm. Just a robot. Birth control through the back door. I will take revenge on Gates and his blood. It's the first time we disclose this, and it's becoming a pain in the whole structure of the work. We reported multiple menstruations. Now we see infertility. And tests from number of countries we asked to be done in past 6 weeks. I did not want to disclose this, but I had to because it'll become a big factor in the life of people. And this is the prime reason I released cup number 3 today. Most of men who are affected by corona will never reproduce. The same will be with them. We have given new procedures to be adopted by a number of countries and doctors, and the only solution we see is the use of cup 3. The infertility is 100%, which means not even a single sperm is alive. Men become infertile. Same with women. The only way to fight this using cup 3, what we call cup of soul. Either cup of souls, cup of soul of the physicality or a cup of soul of the man. You elevate this position. Try to make love as much as you can to keep it at the height that it can be defected and can be defeated. If you have a partner, stay with him close and take him through cup 1 and 2. And then take him through the cup of soul. Soul of the man or the soul of physicality. This will bring a lot of problems, especially for men or the women who think their partners has lost interest in them. And it will bring new social structure problem. It's not that your partner is not interested in you. It's not that your partner has an affair. The truth is the corona has killed everything through the emotion and the physicality. Erection for men become non-existent. We have to be open because this is the truth, and you have to understand where you stand as human race. It's the responsibility of the partners to understand the situation and follow the procedures we set up. Stand with your partners who come out of this disease. First we sow this, then will come the cancer. Use as much bath as you can to get rid of the possibility of the cancer. Take the bath in cup number soul or soul of physicality. Do not let your partners down because you have let yourself down. As I said, in these teachings we have to teach the truth, that there is nothing hidden. That it doesn't cause social problem in the house, with the children, with the family. Yes, your husband or your wife has a mistress called corona. Has taken everything. The true man stands next to the true partner. And you walk it through, elevate the soul, use the cups, the way we say. And we support you through this. The Keshe Foundation research doctors are testing the new methods to be able to overcome this. This is not a joke. Thousands, tens of thousands are infected, have become in past few weeks. We have medical data. Try to support each other emotionally. Try to support each other physically till we get through this problem. Not all is lost, but in so many ways, Keshe Foundation is heading this right through the storm. We'll find a solution. We have found the solution, but we have to wait for the data to come back. Number of research are going around the Keshe Foundations to get the data to understand correctly how to fit it. The only thing we need to understand that the social structure does not get damaged. This thing appeared about 8-9 weeks ago in China and then in Iran. When women started reporting to us problems, multiple menstruation, which means lack of existence, multiple menstruation, wanting to produce before the last comes. Then we saw reports of men complaining of libido, loss of libido. And then we saw doctors start testing about 4 weeks ago around the world with 0 sperm life. In a way, with calcification of the essence of creation in the egg and the sperm, everything has solidified and died. It has no energy to produce. As I said many times, we are here together to change it, or you will find out you will take it by everything that this will bring on us. It's the responsibility as a social structure to understand this.
Mr. Keshe, the physical cup and the copper cup stands by itself alone, yes?
What you mean?
You just connected 3 copper, the 2 coils and 1 flat one. They stand by itself. You don't connect it to anything else.
You decide.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question?
Perhaps Gatua can ask his question.
Where is
Much,
yes, Dr. Gatu, can you wait please? Where is Stanley please on the panelist? Is he fallen out?
I still see him as host here. And
Yeah.
Ella, I don't see a second Stanley.
I'm here.
Oh, you're there. I don't see as panelist. We need to understand a lot more about this. We wanted to hold it back to the time when we are ready, but as I teach and we get reports coming, we need to address this, and we need to understand the totality of the process. This is crucial, and this will bring a massive social structure damage to humanity. If a large number of people get affected by this, the population in nations will drop quite naturally. When you see 3 million in the United States affected, there'll be 3 million incompetent men. Those who cannot produce if they're all male. And this is what was one of our main concerns. We didn't have fear about it. We ran a test in Ghana in a very effective way. And when we heard this, that was developing, our team of doctors are using the technology developed in Ghana to overcome this. We are waiting for results. But for sure, you will see this problem across the planet. The rise in this, especially on a teenage gap, was one of our main concerns at the age of puberty. Doctors need to do a test on these, what I call adult being, to see what is their sperm count and what is their egg count. And this becomes a social problem which will hit humanity very hard. The reason for it is when your partner is not there and you look for satisfaction, you commit a crime. You do a sin. And that has to be stopped. Our responsibility is to create a condition that man cannot do wrong by the choice of his own. This will create a lot of problems structurally. Especially in the young adults who are hoping, looking forward to become fathers and mothers, and it's not there. Partners who suddenly have a husband but not a man. With men who have a wife but just a cook in the kitchen and a cleaner. And if you are lucky, you already had one child. This is going to become one of the biggest problems, more than the corona, for the human race. And we need to run into this trap, out of this trap, and get it sorted as fast as possible. Our team of doctors in different countries are trying and testing in past weeks and days the process to see if we can regenerate the sperm, we can regenerate everything else.